So let me do my intro and we will get down with the content for today. Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. Okay, so just in case you didn't know, and if this is your first time watching me, again, welcome to the community. But I set a goal, a really huge goal, to help 1,000 business owners be profitable in 2019. And I got to go back and track. You can't change what you don't track. I got to go back and track my numbers, okay? But one of the ways that, and how I plan to do it, I plan to do it through business education, business management training, through tax savings. Like these are things as a business owner that you need. And what I've been finding as I've connected with more and more home business owners, that there is a lot of business training that's missing, right? Because that's the thing about business. Business is so easy to get into, but there isn't always somebody, there to stop you to say, hold on, these are some things that you need to know. So it doesn't matter the industry, whether it's a product that you create for yourself, or if you are in a network marketing opportunity, if you're in e-commerce and all these things, it doesn't matter. The fact is that there's training that needs to be had, and we just don't always know that until after we get in trouble. So that is why I'm doing this video series, and I'll be doing this, doing these types of trainings in the future as well. So now with that out of the way, let's get down to it, talking about creating a customer experience, okay? One of the things that we have to keep in mind is that it is easier to keep a customer than it is to get a new one. So creating a customer experience is a great way to really visualize how your customer, or how you want your customer to feel, how you want them to be treated. And there's a difference between the customer service and the customer experience. Customer service is, your client calls you and you welcome them with a warm voice. Hey, good morning. Nice to talk to you. You're very nice to that customer and you're listening and all that. That's customer service. But when you're talking about a customer experience, it's that little extra something that makes your customer want to remain loyal to you. Okay. So let's talk about what that really looks like. So first of all, you really need to visualize like what you want your customer experience to be, right? So one of my favorites is, I think it's the DoubleTree Hotel. I think that's the one where you go to and they got those warm chocolate chip cookies that are waiting for you. Those cookies are everything. And I promise you, if I've got the choice between a DoubleTree and something else, them chocolate chip cookies, I promise you they make all the difference. Okay. That is a customer experience thing, because you come to, to be endeared to those things. So you have to think about what is that little extra something that you do for your clients to create an overall experience. And it's that experience that your customer has with you that really creates your brand, okay? It's all about your customer experience. So let's take it, if you have, I'll take a person that I had, that I was her client, and she was absolutely everything, okay? So I started using her product, and I promise you, like clockwork, like every 3 months or so, she was in my inbox saying, hey, how you doing? Checking in. How are your products and all of that? She wasn't just waiting for me to, to come and order from her. She was like, hey, it's time for you to order again. And at one point, I couldn't even remember my password. She says, you know what? I got it. I will go and take care of it, and I'll just send you the bill. It's like, okay, that is just awesome, right? Because I knew I could count on her to just fix it, when I'm in the thick of, of being busy doing what I'm doing. It's her business. It's how she makes her money. So she made my customer experience great. Let me give you another example. I went to Starbucks, right? This happened months ago, but it was so very cool. So I went to Starbucks to get some hot chocolate or something. Anyway, so I ordered with whipped cream. And the lady asked me, she said, hey, would you like an extra, like a taller cup for more whipped cream? It's like, yeah. I sure would. Just forget the fact that she charged me extra. I didn't even see that part until after I was outside and enjoying my extra whipped cream. But it's the fact that she could have just said, hey, great, here's your hot chocolate with whipped cream, have a nice day. But she said, hey, can I, basically increase this experience for you? So how do you do that? How do you create the customer experience? Well, number one, you've got to really visualize what you want that customer to do, how their experience is supposed to go. How are they supposed to feel when they walk away from you? You are supposed to make them feel better about whatever it is that they're doing. They should feel better. They should have some sense of relief, like, holy cow, so glad I came to you type of experience. Okay. That should be your overall experience. Like for me, for my customer experience, even in the tax profession, there's got to be a vision. My vision for all of my customers is for them to look at me or talk to me and say, oh my gosh, you made this so easy. That's what I want, because if it's easy, then they're going to do it, right? That's what it's about. So choosing your attitude. Your attitude is everything. Okay. It really is. So even if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you got to do what you need to do to get yourself in the right frame of mind to really service your clients. Are you going to have difficult people? Absolutely. It is going to happen, but your attitude and how you deal with that is going to make all the difference in the world. And, and depending on your customer, and it requires you to know your customer, right? You may respond one way to one customer and it's okay. And you may respond differently to another customer and that's okay. But you have to know your customers in order to be able to do that. But choosing your attitude is huge about how you show up to work. Even though you may work from home, you still got to show up with a good attitude, because who knows what the day will bring. Because at the end of the day, you want the person that you're dealing with to find value in your product. And so they're willing to exchange their money for your product or your service. Okay. That's what we want at the end of the day. Number two, you want them to feel like you made their whole week just by you interacting with them. And how do you do that? Well, if you've got someone who may have, if you have a weight loss product and someone may have fallen off the wagon, it's how you treat them that's going to make them feel like, okay, this is a person I really want to work with, or this is someone I don't want to deal with, right? So it's how do you respond to that? And it might be, hey, you know what? You fell off. Let's get back going. Let's do A, B, C, D. Give them some marching orders of how to get back on track. And then, follow up with them the next day and said, hey, how'd yesterday go? Right? That is a customer experience, not just customer service. And then be present with that client. Right? Be present, hear what they're saying. Again, getting to know your clients, because see, when you create an emotional connection with your clients, that is what creates loyalty. When you create that emotional connection, when Nike did their anniversary campaign with Colin Kaepernick, Serena Williams, and all that created an emotional response, both positive and negative, right? It created an emotional response that made people be like, I want to go buy some Nikes. I want to go buy Nikes. I'm going to buy Nike tennis shoes. I'm going to buy Nike sweatshirt. I'm going to go buy Nike stock, right? They created an emotional connection, and you need to do the same. How do you do that? By getting to know your client, not just about your client, but about their lives, right? Like, you get to know that they got kids in college, or so-and-so daughter just got married and all of that. And when you create that emotional connection, that bond, your client is going to remain more loyal to you. Okay. Because even if they choose at some point, okay, this is not a service I need anymore or whatever, they're still going to refer other clients to you because you have created that emotional bond. So it's not just getting people to buy your product or your service. That's just the beginning. It's about creating that whole experience. It's about going back to that client to say, hey, how'd this product work out for you? Okay. You didn't like it? All right, great. Let me replace it with something else. See, that customer cannot like their product and you could not offer anything and they'll just like, psh, let me just, toss that out the window and there's nothing. But when you are, being active about satisfying your clients, and you're like, okay, let me switch this out. They're going to be like, hey, this is somebody that I can trust when I buy from them. Right? Because you've got to have that know, like, and trust factor. So yes, getting to know your clients, letting your clients get to know you. That don't mean you got to tell everybody all your business, but you want your client to be open enough with you to share what's going on in their life so that you may position yourself or someone that you know to help them. Right? And so this is a customer experience because far too often what happens is you buy my product or my service and I ain't got nothing else to say to you until I got something else to sell. That is what makes people think, okay, you just in this for you and you're not in it for me. If you are in it for your client, you're going to do what's necessary to make sure, one, they have good customer service and overall customer experience and that they're overall satisfied with your product or service. And believe me, when you create that emotional bond, that one time when you do screw up, it's not going to be one of those where, okay, well, I'm done dealing with you. It's like, hey, you will actually find more understanding with people that you've built that bond with because we will all have service failures, you guys. We'll all have it. I will have service failures. You will have service failures. Every major brand that you know of has had a service failure at some point in time. But it's that relationship that's going to determine how that service failure, how your customer responds to that service failure, right? So that overall customer experience and come up with different packages of your product, you guys. That's something else. When you think about the brands of hotels, I don't know why this just popped in my head, but when you think about the brands of hotels, they've got lower end, they've got mid-range, and then they've got the premium stuff, right? And so it might be that your client starts out at a lower end. That's okay. That person that starts out at the lower end is still giving you their hard-earned money. They are not, if you make them feel like they're less important than the person that's that premium person, they're not going to come back to you. Not going to do that. So you might have a small starter package of some sort that you offer, right? And then you go back to that customer and you make sure they're satisfied because when they boss up and get more money, guess what? They're going to boss up and spend more money with you. And so you have to be prepared to do that. You have to be prepared to offer that customer experience that creates that loyalty and have more stuff for them to buy. Right? Because nothing is better than a repeat buyer. Whether it's a new product or something, you send them a sample or however you do that. But just know that how you treat that customer, how they walk away from you is going to determine if they walk back to you. Okay? So I hope that gives you something to chew on, look at in your business. What is your customer experience? How do you want them to feel when they walk away from you? If you don't have that vision for your business, stop today and get that right. Because it's great that you have your target market down and all of that, but you got to know how you want them to feel when they walk away from you. Because we're emotional buyers. We are emotional creatures, not just women, men too, right? So you have to know how you want that customer to feel and then make a plan for them to feel that way for every single customer that you encounter. Okay? So thank you guys so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come right here to book a complimentary consult and get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.